Welcome back. So far, we have only written endpoints that work perfectly. But let's be honest, in real life, things go wrong all the time. A document doesn't exist, someone sends a bad request, an external API times out. The question is, what does your API do in those moments? That's what this video is about. Let's get into it. Here's something that trips up a lot of developers. They focus entirely on making the happy path work and completely ignore what happens when things break. Look at the two examples on the screen. On the left, a bad error, either a 200 with null data or generic internal server error. That tells the caller absolutely nothing. On the right, a good error, status 404, clear message saying exactly what wasn't found, an error code, even a timestamp. The difference matters because whoever is calling your API needs to know what went wrong and why. A bad error response is actually worse than no response. It sends the caller in the wrong direction. FastAPI gives you one clean tool for raising errors, HTTP exception. Import it, raise it, and done. Look at the code. Current's endpoint fetches a document by ID. If it doesn't exist in the database, he raises an HTTP exception with a 404 and the message document not found. That's it. FastAPI catches it automatically and sends a proper JSON error back to the caller. No try-catch blocks around everything. No custom middleware, just raise it where the problem happens and FastAPI handles the rest. Now, here's one you get completely for free. Remember the pydantic model we set up. If a caller sends a request that doesn't match your model, wrong type, missing field, whatever, FastAPI automatically returns a 422. And look at how detailed the error response is. It tells the caller exactly which field failed, where it is in the request, and what the problem is. A caller who forgets to send the prompt field gets a response pointing directly at that field. You wrote zero validation code for this. Pydantic and FastAPI did all of it. The detail field in HTTP exception is just a string by default. That works for simple cases. But what if the frontend needs to show a different message for different error types, or another service needs to handle errors pragmatically? A string isn't enough. Pass a dictionary instead. Look at the example: error code, human readable message, and the specific field that caused the problem. Now the caller doesn't have to pass a string and guess. They check the error code and handle it cleanly. Small change, big difference for anyone consuming your API. Okay, this is the slide you will come back to. Look at the table. 404, resource doesn't exist. 400, input broke a business rule, not just type check. 401, no authentication provided. 403, authenticated but not allowed. 500, something on your server broke. Not the caller's fault. 422, forget it. FastAPI handles it automatically. Two rules that will save you from embarrassing API bugs. Never return a 200 for failure. It confuses every caller. And never return a 500 for something that caller did wrong. That's your API lying about where the problem is. A quick recap: HTTP exception is your main tool. Write status code, clear message, raise it where the problem is. Validation errors are handled automatically. You don't touch them. And when the caller needs to handle errors in the code, use a structured dictionary in detail field. Use the table from slide 6 every time you are not sure which code to pick up. Next up, headers, forms, and files upload. This one is very practical, especially for building ingestion endpoints. See you there.